Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome for our last assignment here. Um, and this time, I really am going to encourage you to make sure you have all the other assignments done leading up to this one. This one is, in my opinion, a bit more difficult than all the others. I'm going to try to get through two problems here, show you how this goes in just under 5 minutes. So, problem number one, remember here the goal for each of these is I want to solve these equations. So my final answer should say something like m equals a number. There's this part that says check for extraneous solutions, but that's okay. We don't need to do that part. That's, as the kids say, doing the most. So how do I solve this equation here? My first task is to see if the bottoms are all the same. So this really can't be done until all of the bottoms are the exact same thing. Got a 3m squared here, a 3m squared here, and then just an m squared over here. So I can actually turn that into a 3m squared just by throwing a 3 times multiplier to the bottom, but then also to the top. Whatever you do to one part of a fraction, you have to do to the other in order to keep it equal. So now I've really got a 9 on top over 3m squared. And that equals this mess over here, which is m minus 4 over 3m squared plus 2 over 3m squared. And if you use our skills from earlier this week, you know that we can actually add these two fractions together. They have a common denominator. So my bottom will be 3m squared. And then my top will be m minus 4 plus 2, which will be m minus 2. Because the negative 4 and the plus 2 become a minus 2. So now I got this thing equals this thing, and a lot of you are going to think right now that we should be cross multiplying. Here's the deal. Actually, it turns out that your answers to equations that have fractions like this only come from the results of solving the top of these fractions. In other words, if your bottoms match, you can just say that 9 equals m minus 2 and not even worry about the bottoms. If I were to solve this for m, I would add 2 to both sides. And I get 11 equals m, or m equals 11. And that's my answer. Let's try one more here. Let's try number 4. 4 over n squared equals 5 over n minus 1 over n squared. Are my bottoms all the same? Is my first question. The answer is no, they're not. I need to basically convert this n into an n squared. And if you forgot how to do that, you multiply it by n. Because n times n gives you n squared. And then we just said, if you multiply the bottom, you got to multiply the top to keep it equal. Oops, I didn't mean to do that n squared up there. Boom. Okay, so now I've got 4 over n squared equals 5n minus 1 over n squared. Just look at the tops and say 4 equals 5n minus 1. I might run out of time here. 4 equals 5n minus 1. I would add 1 and then divide by 5, so your answer will be n equals 1 here. So good luck, you guys.